With the breeding season 2 weeks away on dairy farms, we need to look at the body condition score of cows. Cows are in poor condition. They'll have reduced submission rates and also reduced conception rates. Our target is somewhere in the region of 2.75 to 3.5. If they're less than 2.75, we need to take action. When we're assessing the condition score of a cow, it's done on a scale of 1 to 5. First of all, we look at the short ribs. We look at the flesh covering on them. Are they visible? How tight is the skin? What cover is underneath them? Then we move to the long ribs. We look at the long ribs. Again, we look to see, are they visible? Is there much covering of flesh underneath them? Again, is the skin tight? Then we move to the pin bone area of the cow, again where we look for how angular they are, how tight the flesh is in that area, and whether or not there's much cover around the bone area on it. If we then draw a V between the hook bone, the hip, and the pin bone, if we get a V in a line, a very angular V, it means the cow is in poor condition. Conversely, if the cow is in good condition, that line would be more rounded. So the first cow, 2786, if you look at the short rib area, the bones are very prominent, skin is very tight, there's very little flesh underneath it. Also the pin bones, there's very little covering of flesh on them, skin is tight on them. And if you look at the long rib area, the long ribs are very visible, very hard to pinch flesh in that area. That cow has a condition score somewhere around 2.25. The second cow behind her, 2294, again if you look at her bones are very prominent. So again, if you look at the short rib area, short ribs, very prominent. Pin bones likewise, very little flesh, very tight. When you look at the long rib area on the cow, the long ribs, they're very visible and the skin is very tight on them. So that cow has a condition score again, somewhere in the region of around 2.25. We pull out those cows into a separate bunch. We identify them with tail band or leg strap. So if we intend calving them in the spring of 2021, well then those cows should be selected out and put on once a day milking. In about 2 to 3 weeks, those cows will put in a lot of condition. If they haven't been cycling, they will start cycling and their conception rates will also improve. So both of these cows are below the target of 2.75 for breeding, so they need extra management. Okay, if you go to the next cow, 2706, look at her short rib area. So her short rib area is not as visible. There's plenty of flesh to be caught around that area. Also her pin bone is the same. There's plenty of flesh to be caught around the pin bone area. And the long ribs, they're not very visible. There's plenty of flesh in that area. So that cow has an ideal condition score of somewhere around 3. The last cow, cow 2749, if you go to her short ribs, they're not visible. You can't even see them. If you catch them, there's plenty of flesh. Also the pin bone area, there's plenty of flesh around the pin bone. And then if you move on to the long ribs, again they're not visible, they can't be seen, so that cow has a condition score somewhere in the region of around 3.5. Hope these tips will help you during the breeding season. I suppose for now, I'd like to say thank you very much for your attention. Goodbye and safe farming.